right, so I'd now like to open it up to observers if you want to comment on some of the mathematics that you saw or some aspects of the lesson that you found interesting.
What I noticed that I really liked about the process was that when you put the problems up on the board, the different solutions, and they weren't quite accurate, and the kids could look at them and they started thinking about them, and they could see where the person who did that problem got their answer or could have misunderstood what it was asking, and they could, walk through or talk through it and say, oh, well, okay, well, that's how they got there. The one with the cream, 1 cream, 2 chocolate, for example. The one you showed where there was 9 creams and the 18 chocolates, and I think it was the boys in the back right corner were, saying, oh yeah, they misunderstood the problem. They were thinking 9, they were taking the 9 and they were thinking they had to, times that by the 1 and by the 2, and that's how they came up with it. But they were not realizing, or they didn't catch the in all, so that what they needed to see was there were 9 cups in all, and then they had to go and figure out from there. So I really liked that they could take those problems that or answers that you posed to them, and they could see where another student could have misinterpreted the problem, or where they went wrong, or when maybe not wrong, but off the wrong track.
And I like the process of re-engagement because it gives them a chance, just like we were able to have a chance to be exposed to the methods and the problems and kind of have a rough idea of what to expect, like today. So to give them a chance to work it out without any prior knowledge of all the different methods of solving a problem, let them work it out how they want to work it out, and then being exposed to how other people work it out, and then also to have the chance to work it out again, to see how other people got their reasoning, and then that further increases their understanding and increases their logic, and that communication I think is very important because especially in math I don't think we're encouraging our students often enough to communicate with our words, or written or verbally, about how we solve problems, and I think that just helps pull in those struggling students and helps encourage those stronger students. And what one student may be struggling with, he may be strong in maybe drawing something or working it out with manipulatives, and to give them that opportunity I think just further encourages them in terms of furthering their mathematical understanding. And then also furthers the teacher's understanding of what does this student need and how does this student learn and how can I further support them. Because if we're just expected to have the students work it out with the algorithm, I think we're losing a lot of students, and I think we're cheating them. So I think that this process is amazing, and I think that having them go back and correct their work is just a great thing for them with the correcting pens, and even encourage them, okay, see how many ways you can figure out how to get the correct answer, or see how many ways you can figure out how they got the wrong answer, and it just furthers their understanding. I think that's great.
I think this method is great for teachers because when a child comes up with something completely new that I haven't even, I didn't even think about, and I noticed, Hillary was clicking too, like, oh, okay, oh yeah, and I think that usually at that clicking moments for me, I have a child come up and teach. Mm-hmm. So they're teaching the class a new method and reaching to kids that I don't reach to. So I find that often in this class, yeah.